on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, going places that I've never been.
Hi YouTubers, it's me, Michael Brewer, your friendly neighborhood gay guru, reporting to you from one of my favorite walks not far from my house. Behind me here is Wheeled Egg Castle, and today, let's talk about sex. That might be an unusual thing for a gay guru to talk about, or perhaps I'm the ideal person to talk about that. After all, as a gay man, I'm sort of defined and labeled by my sexual preferences, the way I make love. Let's face it, I'm a gay guy. I like to make love to men, or more precisely to my husband. Gosh, I wonder if we're one of the first groups ever in history defined by our sexual proclivities. And so perhaps that sort of sets me and us as gay people a bit apart from the rest of society. Being heterosexual is considered normal, and so there's no reason to define yourself by that. And I want to say that I don't really define myself in that way, but those labels are often imposed on me from outside. I think I'm a lot more than a gay man, and I like the concept of gay as being happy. So today we're going to talk about sex. Is there any topic that has been more convoluted and more layered with meaning and unhappiness and suffering and also joy and ecstasy than any other? And yet it's not really talked about openly, especially in a spiritual context like we are meeting here. And so perhaps it's that very union of me and sort of a spiritual sense that I have and way of approaching life, and a gay man who openly embraces my sexuality and the way I live. And so perhaps that is a good reason for me to talk about these things. People come from this from all different angles. I mean, there are fundamental Christians and other religions that think sex is only there for the purpose of reproduction. And where, of course, if you look at us from a biological standpoint, that's very true. We, as human beings, like any other mammal or most other animals here on this planet, male and female do come together to procreate and create new species, new members of their species, and to further their race. It's a very important aspect of it. But let's face it, whether you're heterosexual or bisexual or homosexual or whatever, most of the time, to be honest, we do not have sex for that purpose. I mean, we have sex because, well, let's face it, it feels good. It's pleasurable. It's a wonderful way to express love for your partner or just passion. There are many, many reasons for having sex that are just wonderful. There's that expression that cleanliness is close to godliness. Well, sometimes I think that sexuality and sexiness is close to godliness too. In fact, not just sometimes, very often. I mean, all of you, if you're adults here, have experienced an orgasm at some time or another, and I don't think any of us could deny that that's an ecstatic feeling, a feeling of utmost bliss, even if it's short-lived. But it is. It just feels wonderful. And how many of you, I mean, where else into your life do you achieve such a high state of happiness and bliss and love and communion as in that particular moment? I think there's such a thing as sexual healing and sexual magic. A lot of things are communicated during the sexual act that cannot be expressed in words. And things heal. I think sex is here just for our joy and for our pleasure and for our ecstasy and wonder and deliciousness of it. And if we turn it into anything else by over-intellectualizing it and placing rules and strictures on it, we're missing the point. I mean, there's so many things in life that are, quite frankly, a struggle to find joy in. I mean, you can find joy in just about anything, but it's not always the case. Whereas sex is something you don't really have to think about. It just is joy. It's just is pleasure. So I hope you're enjoying it wherever you are in your life. I just think that a lot of particularly religious authorities and dogmas and systems that have been historically in place have used, or rather misused, sex to divide and to conquer. I mean, it's really easy to place a label on homosexual or bisexual or transsexual people and then make them the other and to dehumanize us in the process and point fingers and then discriminate and subjugate. And that's being done all over the place. One could even argue that the same thing has happened in the heterosexual world against women because the result of sex can sometimes be pregnancy, that there's an underlying jealousy among the patriarchal system against women that comes out in the form of discrimination and subjugation of women. There are just so many social strictures and rules and regulations placed upon our sexuality that we've all got it all messed up and mixed up in our heads. That the idea of sex just being joy and pleasure is really foreign to a lot of people. In fact, there are so many rules of what you should not do that a lot of people have forgotten what they should do or what it should be all about, which is really just our joy and pleasure. I think that the Creator, whoever that may be, whatever your concept of that may be, built that into the system as something that's really wonderful and pleasurable and delightful, that's really here for us to enjoy, just like food and eating and friendship and laughter and music. It's just one of those things in life that is meant for us to enjoy and be pleasurable about. And I can imagine that whoever that creator might be, or whatever it might be, if they look at the sad state of sexuality in this world today, it's just so misused. They just must be shaking their heads if they have got a head to shake. Anyway, sex is something wonderful. And if you're not enjoying it, then you're going about it the wrong way. And because just like anything else, even though it seems like innately a physical thing, 99.9% of it is up here and in our emotional state and our intellectual state. And we've been sold such a bill of goods about sexuality that so many people don't even manage to ever get out of their heads into their heart and their bodies to enjoy sex for what it is. Pure sensuality, pure joy and bliss of being in this physical structure. Particularly in the Christian church, there's been this separation between what is considered physical and material and body and what godliness and spirituality is, and that's just not true. So wherever you are in your life, I hope that you're having great sex. I know I am, and I know a lot of people I know are too. If you just get out of your head and enjoy yourself, your sex life will be fantastic. So, signing off as the bell tolls, your gay guru, Michael Brewer, Vida Loga.